lovers, I'm going to quickly try to go over as many activity books as I can because Usborne has so many good ones. This is Little Sticker Dolly Dressing, Mermaids and Pixies. There's also Ponies and Princesses and Ballet. These are great reusable stickers with big rounded edges, perfect for little hands. They can be reapplied over and over again on these super shiny, lovely pages. And those are small enough that they fit in a bag or a purse, so they're perfect for travel. We also have a super classic. We've got cutout paper dolls. And the best thing about this is that these paper dolls have tons and tons and tons of friends and lots of different outfits with great little tabbed clothing to apply to them. Perfect for continuing to work on those fine motor skills. Sticker Dolly Dressing is a series that has tons and tons and tons of titles. You can see them all right there. There's brides, there's ballet, there's princesses, there's fashion from around the world. But this is just cultural celebrations from around the world. I love it because it gives you a little history and a little geography about each cultural celebration. And you might even see stickers for your own cultural celebration. I know there's mine there on the one side. We also have a lot of paper airplane books. Who knew that endless hours could be spent folding and flying paper airplanes? We recently had a paper airplane birthday party here where all the young men folded tons of airplanes and we had races and we see who could do the most loop-de-loops. And this is an entire series. There's birds to fold, bugs to fold, dragons to fold, spaceships to fold. One of my favorite activity books, and the one that is going to be heading in our next car trip, is the museum activity book. This one is educational. I mean, really, they all are, right? But this one goes over different natural history museums and space museums and art museums with different things to cut and color and seek and find and quizzes. It's quite awesome, especially for the history buff. My last super activity book is the Never Bored book. This is actually kind of a flexi-bound book with a little retaining strap that has the best of the best in it. Lots of different ideas from physical activities to intellectual activities to mysteries to read about, things to even do with your smartphone, learning about the clouds and the stars, cutting out a silhouette. It's kind of an activity book for everyone. Then there are activity books that are just good for the soul and kind of all ages as well. This one is A Year in My Life, and it says 365 prompts so that there's a question or something to do on every day of the year. So it's a do-it-yourself journal. We have another series of books that just came out, Hello Happy and No Worries. These are activity books for young people who sometimes feel sad or angry or have strong emotions. These are lovely because they give them things to think about, new ways to work through problems. And then there's Words of Wisdom. It's a whole series of different books for cutting and coloring posters that you can tear out. There's literary quotes, Shakespeare quotes. This one is Proverbs from around the world. I thought people of all ages grab those. I think they're really fun to color. We also have different educational activity books. There's picture puzzle, brains puzzles, logic puzzles, there's math, there's times tables. These are great because they're small and they fit in a bag, perfect for plane and car and train travel. And lastly, these are some great educational workbooks. There's Pilot Academy, Coder Academy, Veterinarian Academy, Doctor Academy, all the different interests your young reader might have to support future careers they're interested in. These have games and quizzes, things to punch out and build. And speaking of coding, we've got coding for beginners using both Scratch, and we have another one for Python. Those are free programs that you can download to your PC or your Mac or your tablet. And these fold flat so they can lay on a table while your young coder is learning how to build their own games and their own widgets online. And lastly, this is a great family activity to work through this summer together. Start to cook. This is not your regular old kiddo cookbook. This one is absolutely fabulous. Great photography, tabbed sections for dairy and pasta, meats and fish, rice. There's even a section that goes over allergens and things to substitute. So if you're dealing with a gluten intolerance or a dairy intolerance, this is the book that will talk about those. I mean, what other kiddo cookbook goes over a risotto? And they break down complicated recipes in nice, easy, illustrated steps. So there you go. Happy reading.